Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of On Second Thought show on the Mental Condition in Sports podcast. We are back again for another week. We have my two sons. You have me. We are ready to go. A lot of really, really good meat to be able to put on the table. We're going to cook it up. We're going to eat it. We're going to be able to digest it for you guys. Quick introduction. My name is Elliot.
Isaiah.
And here we go. You know what I mean? It's a lot of... listen, in the sporting world, there's always so many different things to digest. We try to really digest them here. It was a little bit of a twist on it, just kind of thinking about the mindset piece and how, everybody would be thinking or trying to kind of digest how they're thinking. That's why I actually enjoy the conversations that I have with my sons about it, because I feel like we talk about sports just on a different level. Obviously, we address it just the way everybody else is addressing in terms of X's and O's, but we kind of get into it, to me, just from a little bit more deep introspective, and I've always kind of wanted to do that. That's really what mental conditioning sports, the podcast is really all about. It's going just in a different level and going a little bit deeper. So let's dig right into the meat of the order. Let's start off again this week with basketball, and we'll go along the way. We got some boxing stuff to also cover and see what we got. We also have other sports that we'll get to during the course of the upcoming weeks and upcoming shows. But right now, these things to me are super hot. As we get ready to go into the playoffs, of course, basketball is, as I always say, after the All-Star break for me, this is my favorite time of the basketball season, starting now. It doesn't necessarily officially start when the playoffs start. It starts now, because I always feel that the teams are really now jockeying for best possible position. So they're playing hard. Nobody's really letting any games get away. You're not seeing teams just mailing in any wins or losses. Guys everybody's playing about as hard as they're going to play from here on out. But when that happens, that'll get us right into our first topic. When that happens, you know what? You're pushing the levels. We do sustain injuries, and for us, I don't have my New York Knicks shirt on today. I had it on earlier, I think, but that's a big problem. We have a big problem here in the New York area. I'm a diehard New York Knicks fan, and our guy, the captain, Jalen Brunson, went down this week. So that's, I think, a major problem in my opinion. But let's get at it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what do you guys think? The loss of Jalen Brunson. We're not sure how long it's going to take. He rolled his ankle pretty bad. I think Isaiah mentioned that right away. That's at least 2 weeks. That's what we're looking at right now. Thank God nothing broke. So it just looks like it's just a terrible, I shouldn't even say just, because when you see those injuries, the guy rolling his ankle like that, there's no just about that. That looks like it's a lot of pain. But, what are you thinking, Isaiah, in terms of them having to pick up the slack, and is this going to affect their positioning?
I mean, with the last couple of games that we've seen with JB out, we really can see how well JB impacts the team and how much the Knicks really do need him. I forget who the last two teams we played are.
I think Portland, yeah.
We played Portland, and who we just played, we had a game winner on them. Was that Portland? That was Portland. We just had a game winner on them.
Yeah.
I don't know. We look good in some points. We look bad at some points, but Jalen Brunson really is just a centerpiece around the team. In my opinion, we shouldn't really be that bad, because we still got a lot of great pieces on the team. Mikal, OG, Cat, Deuce off the bench. Still a lot of great pieces, better than some of these teams, better than Portland for sure. But we still went to overtime with Portland.
Portland is in the running at all? No.
No.
Forget it. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I don't even know if they got 20 wins on the season yet.
Okay.
But just to see that we have to go like toe to toe, step to step with those kind of teams. That's kind of scary, knowing that we have the hardest schedule, or one of the hardest schedules in the entire league, and that game's supposed to be a gimme.
Yeah. Aaron, what are you thinking about the loss of Jalen Brunson for us? Well,
it's obviously a problem, but I feel like this just really shows how blinded we were, giving up all these pieces for, no offense, but Carl Anthony. He's a great player, but I mean, we just gave up too much for Carl Anthony Towns and lost too much in free agency. And I just feel like this shows us our depth is just not good at all. And without Jalen Brunson, I don't think we're going anywhere.
Excellent points. I actually kind of leaning a little bit with Aaron on that one. I wasn't happy with Carl Anthony Towns coming to town. No pun intended. But you know what? he listen, as I said, I think in last week, I have to give him his credit. He has played extremely well throughout the season. But once again, we want to see him now, and Aaron is right. I think, again, hitting on some great points. We need to really see now. Let's really see what this dude has. I mean, we brought him here. As Aaron said, we gave up a lot for him. Can he fill the role? And now it's going to be his chance to see. We need you. I want to give a shout out. The last game, Bridges was sensational in the Portland game. I mean, but at the same time, that's what you need. During this time, we just got to get wins. And when you have your superstar out like this, we just got to get the win. It doesn't matter how we get the win. Hopefully, Jalen Brunson can come back. Unfortunately, we got an injury like that can really linger on even when he comes back. Let's hope that we can get him back and beat Jalen Brunson. But it's just a matter of just getting the wins. So we saw Mikal Bridges step up. I'm not seeing, in my opinion. Listen, go back to the Laker game in which Jalen Brunson went down. And I think I said that last week. Like, man, I was really impressed with him. I mean,
Who, Mikal?
No, it's just I know you guys have been on me about that, but I know Jalen Brunson is good, but you said it and you just said it, like, he's really good. Like, his role in the team is just so significant and what he does. And, right now we need Karl Anthony Towns to really prove that. I want to go back a little bit to a year ago, and one of my favorite young players in the league is Anthony Edwards. And Anthony Edwards used to say that in every press conference. He would get on Karl Anthony Towns like, bro, we need you. You have to play well. When you play well, you really make us like a championship contender type of team. He would tell him that right there in the press conference. And when he didn't play well, which, to be honest, is quite a few times, because Anthony Edwards would get on him. That's what I'm concerned with. Can Karl Anthony Towns, be big for us? I think that's something that's very, very important for this ball club. And I think we're forced to get the answer right now. Karl Anthony Towns is forced to step up to the plate and show us that he can, carry the team. And with that being said, let's talk about injuries. Across the league, I think that Luka is down already. I'm concerned with that because I think Isaiah said that it's the calf. You guys got any information on that?
Something like that.
Not good because that was the initial injury that kept him out for the whole season. So for him to go down with the calf again, to me indicates
he's not healthy or not in shape.
He's not in shape. Injuries like calves, hammies, those are things that and that's what Luka sustained. The boy, my guy Zion, he sustains that all the time. Those are, to me, injuries that guys get when they're not in shape. Let's talk about if the Lakers, if this guy's not able to do his thing, what are we thinking?
Luka?
Yes.
Oh, the Lakers are shot. They're cooked. They're not going to do nothing, especially LeBron. LeBron's out.
I think he's day-to-day.
They say he's going to be out another week.
Is that right?
For right now, at least. For right now, it's
they're
looking...
holding the fourth spot. They got the fourth spot, I think.
3.
Right now. 3.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. Well, let's finish up on Luka.
Luka and LeBron
Leave
Luka and LeBron are the centerpieces of the team. Without them, there's nothing there. Who's the next best player? Austin Reeves. And Austin Reeves is great. I love Austin Reeves. The game they just played against Denver was a really, really good game, really close game. They lost by 5. Austin Reeves had 37 points.
That was last night.
Austin Reeves had 37 points. Dalton Connect had 34, I want to say. But it's not enough. I mean, you really need
Austin
LeBron
Reeves,
and
I'm
Luka.
not going to put any stock in, listen, if we got to go down the stretch with Austin Reeves, if you're the Los Angeles Lakers, pack your bags. Let's be honest. It's over.
Hold on, man. You gotta put respect to some Austin Reeves' name, though.
Austin Reeves is nice. He
Austin
just had 40.
Reeves is not a good player. I'm just saying if we have to put our some weight on how far we go in the playoffs, and we depending on Austin Reeves, what color suitcase you want? Because we're gonna be packing up and going home if you're Los Angeles Lakers.
I mean, that's the reality of it today. Once Luka and Bron are out the court together, you only have Austin Reeves to depend on.
Well,
major bucket at least. And all all the role players do their thing, but major
But which
bucket.
they
also
really
big.
don't. Who's their best role player?
I don't watch the Lakers.
Who's
Maybe like
the
Gabe.
Lakers' best role player?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
Like, I
know.
don't know, like what? Maybe like Gabe Vincent?
That's the thing, but you know what though? Quite frankly, that's the thing, and I think Aaron was kind of saying that too. Oh, you said that I think last week. That's the thing that's interesting about the Knicks. To go back to the Knicks a little bit, the Knicks actually do, and there was some controversy this week. I don't know. They
With McAllen.
yes, I think they
Tibbs?
kind of trying to make something out of nothing, but it doesn't deserve to be talked about in light of what you two are saying. I think that's most of the teams in the league, to tell you the truth. Besides the Celtics, maybe. When you got the 3 or 2 guys who are your main players, a lot of teams have a tremendous drop off. I said that last week. The Lakers, okay, you got Luka, you got LeBron. All right, let's throw Reeves in there. What else?
DK. That's about it. Brooklyn Connect.
Like I said, what else? And once you finish with that, I think the Knicks are in a little bit better position in terms of they have the thing is Coach Thibodeau going to play them, but I think that the Knicks have somewhat of a deep team. What do you guys think?
Absolutely not.
Who's the top 3 guys on the Knicks?
Jalen Brunson, Paul Anthony Towns. I'm gonna say OG and LG.
Yep.
Okay,
So, yeah.
fine. So that's our top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Hart, quality. Would you agree?
Yeah, yeah.
Mikal Bridges.
But Josh is starting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mikal starting.
Yeah.
When we think,
We're
No,
talking
I'm
about,
just-
no, we're talking about depth. Is what
we
you're
think,
saying.
yeah.
Well,
We're talking about bench.
No, I'm not talking about bench. I'm just saying after your top 3 top players, for those other teams, even let's go back to the Lakers.
Who knows? Finish with the Knicks.
Okay, so again we got Jalen. I said
You
Josh
said
Hart,
Josh Hart and Mikal.
Mikal,
Mm-hmm. Then what?
Deuce.
Okay.
Right? These guys are giving you quality minutes. Would we agree?
Mm-hmm.
Mitch is incomplete because we don't know
No.
what Mitch is bringing. So I'll leave
Not this season.
I'll leave Mitch off the table.
That's 3 players. That's it. That's
Yeah, I think that's what would be it. That's still better than you guys didn't name me one. You named me some dude, Don King, on the Lakers.
Well, no. I mean, what you were going 3 on the Lakers?
We had the top 3 on the Lakers, and then who else?
Braun, Luka, AD, and then he's saying
AD.
who else?
Ain't no AD.
Not AD. He said Braun, Luka, Austin Reeves.
Yeah. Now who else?
Well, the thing is, they don't have big names, but these guys are a distraction. They're always open.
Do you think that do you think their 4th guy now is better than Josh Hart?
No.
Is their 5th guy better than
Mikal.
Mikal Bridges? Is their 6th guy better than Deuce?
Probably not. 6th guy.
Could be.
6th guy. I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean, Deuce is right up. I mean, I could have said Deuce is one of the top guys to come off the bench for the Knicks. Deuce has been
Listen,
playing pretty
is
good in
top
Jalen
guy.
Brunson's absence. So I definitely feel like there's 3 solid guys outside of the Knicks 3 now. The one thing is says OG, that OG's kind of on the fence for me. You know what I mean? Is he a real sharp 3? But that's their top 3 guys to me. I mean, you go down the line with a lot of these teams. To me, it's a huge drop off after you get to those top 3 guys that these teams have. Who else you wanna? I mean, that's the
Thunder.
yeah. I mean, they also have a good team. I think outside of their top 3, I think that's going to be the
You think
difference.
they don't?
They do.
You say they do.
Oh.
Yeah, they do. They have a pretty good team outside of that. I mean, who else? Some of teams like Houston, the top 3 guys, and then after that, it's. I mean,
Not
I
necessarily.
say so.
for Houston,
For Houston, not necessarily.
think
Who's the
so.
top 3 guys in Houston? Jalen Green, Şengün. Can we give it to Amen Thompson this season?
They're a man, Jabari.
Either Amen or Jabari Smith. One of those 2.
okay. So it's still one. Whoever we don't put on is definitely a good 4th guy.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
Tari
Dylan
Eason,
Brooks.
Dylan Brooks.
Right. That's fair.
And they got a guy on the bench that they don't play, but if he'll always outscore the minutes he played. I think last game he played 7 minutes, had 10 points.
You got Freddie Van
I
Vliet as
want
well.
Fred Van Vliet. That's another good one. I
That's a
forgot
impressive team.
he was
Okay,
on
that's
the
a good
team.
team. I agree.
I forgot he was
But then
there.
their top three guys, their first top three guys, are they comparable to a Lakers?
That's not fair to say. I mean, no.
They're a
there's
very
no
young team.
Top three, really. Not much top three in the
Can
league
compete
that
with
can
the Lakers.
compare with the
Yeah,
Lakers.
you got LeBron
On
and
paper.
Luka. You got
Yeah.
arguably 2 of the top 5 best players in the world.
Well, that would lead me into my next question, and we had this debate a little bit last night in the house. We're gonna get it in and finish up right now, and I'm gonna win it as usual. MVP voting. I think this week we kind of came up with. I think they said this week. I guess they have kind of like standings. I'm not sure who does those standings, but they kind of have standings talking about where they are. I think most of the year, the Joker was one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They went to Shea.
Now they're giving it to Shea.
Well, they just
But
put out
they
the top
put Joker
5
again, I think,
at
right?
one. Yeah,
They put
When?
Joker again.
literally yesterday.
They put Joker
Ridiculous.
They
back up to
put
one again.
5 is Donovan Mitchell,
Okay.
4 is Tatum, 3 is Giannis, 2 is
Shea.
SGA now, and then 1 is Jokic.
So for me, it's Shea. I thought he should have won it last year, to tell you the truth. But what do you guys think?
I mean, Shea's really good. I mean, over 20 points, 60 games straight. I mean, that's undeniably you're a very valuable player. And they're the 1 seed. They haven't lost much games in a tough Western Conference this year too, and they're just blowing out the competition. And Shea's leading the charge. But I was watching. I forget what game I was watching, but they put up the stats for the MVP racing.
Mm-hmm.
They put up the stats of each guy. And now they put up the stats that Shea had all these accolades and stuff. But now I look at Jokic, and this guy's averaging 29.8 to be exact, but we're going to call it 30. 11 and 10, I want to say. This guy's averaging a 30-point triple-double every single game. It's an accomplishment to even get a 30-point triple-double on the day. And this guy's doing it every game. So I don't know. I'm on the fence about it.
Can I go next?
Yes.
Listen, there's this guy I always watch. He does NBA recaps every night, so if I don't watch the game, he'll do the recap. Keys, bro. And he says the same thing. Jokic be playing basketball. He be playing My Career on rookie mode. He be playing 2K on rookie mode. His stats are unbelievable. But SGA and his team could put up one of the best records since what, the Golden State series?
What pace
But
are
they
they
don't
on?
even
They're
got
on
a better
70 and
record.
12 pace right now.
Oh.
70 wins. SGA is averaging 30 points per game, leading his team. A team where everybody knew they were kind of going to be good, but not this good.
That part I agree.
Okay, wait.
Go ahead.
Don't the Cavs have a better record than them?
Yes.
The Cavs got a better record than
The
Oklahoma.
Cavs are the best record in the league.
So if that's
Is
the
that
case,
right?
what is Donovan Mitchell doing?
Oh,
at 5?
listen.
Donovan,
I've been
you
saying
no,
that.
you
stop,
gonna
stop,
put
stop,
Donovan Mitchell
stop.
on the same level
Stop
as
arguing.
SGA?
But you're bringing up the fact that this guy brought up records. This guy, Donovan Mitchell, is leading his team. I don't know how much he's dropping right now. I'll look
Like
it up right
24
now.
points per game
I'll look it
versus
up right-
30
I'll look it up
points
right
per
now.
game. Okay.
This guy, they're on pace to have a better record than OKC.
Okay.
What is he doing at number 5 is my question.
Where do you think he should be?
He should either what? Shea's at 2? He should either be at 3 or I don't think he'll take Shea's spot.
Listen, look.
But I don't think he belongs at 5.
I've been saying
I think
that
he
the
should be at
past
3.
3 weeks, and these guys have been torching me on that one. I mean, I've been getting torched like a pound for pound burger. I've been getting torched and bringing up Donovan Mitchell and giving him his due and giving him his credit. These guys have been totally holding me to the fire on that one. But Aaron is not wrong. But listen, let's put that question on the table, because if you look at this battle, let's leave Donovan Mitchell out of it for a second. And you're talking about SGA, because I'm not gonna lie, as Aaron is stating, I'm kind of like, yeah, you know what, you got to respect that. Those are big numbers that the Joker's putting up. Undeniable. You can't just brush that off. But I think that their stats. How much is SGA? Let's get that right. How much is he averaging? Is it 30?
Look that up.
You look.
That's kind of important.
Donovan has 24.8, 4 and 4.
24, 4 and 4.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, 24, 4, 4.
Donovan's 24, 4 and 4, and Joker is averaging a triple double.
Yes, 30-point triple double.
SGA is 33, 5 and 6.
I don't know.
Well, look,
33, 5, and 6.
that's good. No question about it. You know what I mean?
What's
But
Joker?
30, 11, 10.
30, 11, 10.
that's impressive.
That's-
I'll fact check.
Here's the thing, and me and the boys have battled with this for years. This is a very close battle. You almost have to cancel out, in a certain sense, the numbers. Both guys have got MVP numbers. Will we all agree with that?
Who are we talking about?
SGA and the Joker.
Oh,
Both
for
guys
sure.
have got-
No question.
So no one would have a problem if either one of them won it in terms of their numbers, right?
Okay.
We would all agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So now you have to. This is where MVP to me voting gets difficult. It's almost like a boxing match. When you got two guys that are fighting, and the punch stats are kind of close, you have to figure out, well, what is it that you're looking at that's going to determine who won the
I'll
rounds.
cut you off right there. 29, 12, and 10.
That's impressive.
On
You have to round
57% shooting.
From the damn.
That's impressive. But again, well, let me ask you: would you say that number, which, if you said yes, I wouldn't disagree necessarily. That is, or just put it on the table. Are those numbers so gaudy that no one else that you just like? That's it. He's
No.
29. Well, you said
I'm not-
12 and 10.
I'm not going to say that's completely it. Like, Shea is not even in the running. That's what you're asking, right?
No, I'm just saying. What for you in your mind? You're kind of saying that like, Shea's dope. Shea's really good. But 29, 12, and 10, I just can't put anybody over him.
I mean, who's done that?
Who's done what?
29.
That's
I basically 30-point triple-double.
Russell Westbrook.
I mean,
And did he win MVP?
this is a different
Yeah.
level. This is a different level. I'm not gonna lie. I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, Russ had, you sure you had 30?
Something along those lines. I'll look it up, but keep going.
So when you're looking at the next criteria, is it a factor now? This is an important question, big question. The numbers are close. Is it a factor then what the team does? Do you use that as a criteria to because it's a close race, let's be honest. And you have to, would you use that as to put SGA over the top? Because let's be honest, if we're
What,
just going to go
team
on numbers,
success, you mean?
it's Jokic. Yes, it's
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
Jokic. But would you use that? And I guess I'm leaning a little bit more towards that. Do you use the fact that, and somebody made the point, I think it was you, I agree with that. I didn't expect that OKC, these guys can possibly win a championship this year. Would everybody agree with that?
Mhm.
They have a legit chance to win a championship. They're number 2 in the league. I didn't know Cleveland is number 1. I thought SGA.
They got him by 2 games.
So their record is they're doing. I mean, they're really playing great ball. As a matter of fact, I think that's probably because I think Cleveland beat them twice. I think
Cleveland beat the Thunder.
Yes.
I don't know about
I
twice.
They
I'd have
definitely
to
beat him
look
a
that.
few
I know
weeks
they beat them once.
Yeah. So, but my question is that enough to put Shea over Jokic?
Yeah.
I think that's enough to put Shea close to Jokic, honestly.
Not over.
For what I'm looking at it, like
2016-17, 31-point triple-double.
like
For Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
I think that really just puts him close. I feel like that's why it's hard for me to choose because
Yeah.
Shea and his team are very successful right now.
Yeah.
But going off his stats, I just think Jokic is significantly better.
Well, I don't know about that word significantly better, but
All around, I think he's better. I mean, you're gonna look at those stats and you're gonna tell me that
it's my
all around. I'm not talking about points.
No,
I'm
I
talking
know
about
that.
all around.
No, I understand that. Yeah, I mean, what can you do? I mean, yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to really argue Aaron's point on this one. I just know I'm not gonna front though. If I had a vote, Shea, I would vote for Shea.
I'm taking Shea.
I think I would, but Aaron is not wrong. You know, if Shea gets it and then Jokic is pissed,
Jokic is gonna be pissed.
yeah, he
Because you
has
heard
a
what he's been
legitimate-
saying.
What'd he say?
He's like, yo, I feel like I'm playing the best ball of my life, and if that ain't enough,
Did he say that?
yeah, he said it himself. He's like, yeah, if it ain't enough, it is. But he did say SGA does deserve it though. So,
I thought that
but
shit
he,
was bad last
in Nicola's eyes right now, he does think he's the MVP.
Oh, he did say that. So
Well, I mean, he said he's playing the best basketball of his career, so he thinks.
I mean, look, Aaron has been adamant to that point, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I really don't have an argument to it. Those numbers are ridiculous. I mean, that's crazy. And what place are they in? Do we know?
Second.
Oh.
Denver?
Are they not?
I don't know.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean,
You can get into the standings.
nothing you can really say about that one.
Yeah, I know you wanted to talk about the
transition into
standings.
that.
So let's get into that. That's
Topic.
a nice segue to talk about that. Let's talk about the standings. Let's go East first, and then because the West is much more competitive and a lot more to talk about. Obviously, the East, Cleveland is there. I know that. I think the Celtics are number 2.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Knicks are 3.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, you about to clear the list? Keep going.
That's a big problem because the Knicks may not sustain that third.
No.
We got it.
No, we will.
Yeah,
Who's behind them?
Bucks.
Milwaukee.
How many
They're
games
5
back?
games out. I
Five
think
games.
I think we're
We
good.
might have that. We might be okay.
Well, it's tied. Bucks, Pacers, Pistons, all around 5 games out.
What do we think is going to be much change in the East Coast
No.
standings? I don't think so. From hearing
Not
what
really.
you guys are saying,
You think so?
Pistons might get the Pacers.
I
Pistons
think
are what,
so. You know,
6?
6. Pacers are 5. I think that's
Pistons
They're
not.
two
beat the
games
Pacers.
out.
Pistons are really playing so well the second half of the season. Cade is one of my favorite young players. I really like him. He's doing his thing. I think Detroit is gaining confidence out there. Kudos to them. Kudos to the work that they're doing. Listen, I wouldn't want to play them. It looks like we might be lining up to play them. If they're gonna get 6 and we're sitting in 3rd,
Yeah,
that's gonna be a problem.
we get him in 4. That's a
Sweep?
sweep. That's a sweep.
That's not
Who's sweet for who?
Knicks first Piston. If JB should be back by then, I'm
I
gonna
don't
sweep.
know about a sweep.
That's not a
I'm
sweep.
gonna
The Knicks will beat them, but that's not gonna
I
be a
don't know
sweep.
about a sweep.
I mean, they're a good team, man. And
They're a great team.
and
Don't
they,
get
and
me
they build
wrong.
some confidence. It won't be a sweep, I don't think. But I don't think outside of that, I don't think it's gonna be much change in the standings of the East. What do you guys? One of the dark horses here. What do you guys think about the Milwaukee Bucks?
I feel like when there's something on the line, obviously Damian Lillard's gonna show up.
Great point.
To be honest, too.
I mean, Damian Lillard's a great player. He plays great throughout the season, but I just don't think. I just think he purposely just doesn't turn it on
Unacceptable.
until he.
That's true. That's unacceptable.
I'm not trying to disrespect the game, but like there is for all the times that I've seen Damian Lillard play since like 2018 against OKC,
Remarkable
there
difference.
is just a significant difference from what the season and the playoffs and what he does.
Mhm.
It's just significantly different.
No question.
Like he took the Portland Trailblazers
He did.
and beat Oklahoma City Thunder with Paul George and Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, I think that was MVP
I
season.
remember that.
Paul
It's funny
George.
because I remember that because me and your mom we were in Las Vegas and we watched that game. We went to a restaurant. We walked on the Las Vegas Strip, and I think we got back to the hotel. Then the game went to like 3 overtimes, and I mean the Strip was going. Cause this dude was going off, and I agree with you. As his coach, you gotta be like, yo, bro, what's the matter with you? Like, why don't you play like that during the season?
Because you need a secret weapon at the end of the day.
Everybody knows Damian Lillard is
It's
a
his
problem
player,
on the
yes.
court.
Yeah, but then when you see him in the regular season, you be like, all right, it's Damian Lillard. It's all right. Put your hand up. He's not having the best season. Then you see him start dropping 50 and 60 and all this, and it comes at you so quick, and you're like, whoa.
Well, I think it's a little risky to do that this year because he's not the number 1 guy there. So, will that fit? With
Never
Giannis, does anybody think Giannis can win the MVP?
No.
Okay,
No.
I'm just gonna throw you right off the show.
It's
Like
just
that.
clearly, it's just Shea
In my opinion,
and
Giannis
Jokic.
shouldn't even be top 3.
No, I totally agree with that. I think Jalen
Yeah,
Brunson.
I think,
actually
but
has a better
I think
chance.
Donovan bumps him out that 3 spot. He drops down to 5, and Jalen Brunson takes that 5 spot.
You take
Jalen Brunson? And 5 or 3?
5.
At 5?
I say Donovan Mitchell takes.
So
Giannis'
it would
3
be,
spot.
what, JB, Tatum, Donovan, SJ Jokic?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think Jalen Brunson. I tell you what, and I'm a New York Knicks fan, but I've got newfound respect for this guy. It's unbelievable, and the fact that the Knicks are this good is really on him. Let's transition to the West Coast.
3-way tie.
What you mean?
Look at the standings.
That's a fact.
What's the 3-way tie?
25, 25, 25. See?
Oh, and losses. Yeah, but the 2 teams got more wins.
What's three?
Rockets, Grizzlies, and Lakers all got the same.
Rockets?
Yeah, the
Rockets are playing dumb nice this season.
But they went up. I know they were not at 3. They were at like
Who's on this team
5,
again?
6.
No, they were a 2 for half the season.
Yeah, I'm saying recently they have.
Jalen Green, Alperen Şengün, who they call Baby Jokic, Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith, Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, Cam Whitmore. I love Cam. I want Cam Whitmore in New York because they don't play him no PT, and he can play ball. And we need a small forward.
And where we're tied at? What is this?
Oh, I guess.
Well, they're tied.
Not really a tie. But
They're tied in losses
I know,
between
but
3,
what's
4,
four?
5, but and tied in wins is 3 and 4, which is Rockets and Grizzlies. So Rockets and Grizzlies have the same exact record.
Does anybody have faith in the Grizzlies?
no, absolutely not. No.
I
I
got
don't
faith
understand
in
how
them.
they do it. I mean,
I don't know either.
but like me, like in 2K, when I got a bet to get some VC, I don't bet on the Grizzlies. I wouldn't bet.
I'm not-
Listen,
And
their
who's
first
who's the third team now? Is Rockets, Grizzlies, and who?
LA Lakers. If the Grizzlies got to play Lakers the first round, they're screwed.
Yeah,
That's
listen,
a sweep.
Look, and this is going to be interesting in the West because regardless of those standings, the Lakers and your guys, it's going to be a problem if they're healthy.
Where were they at?
Who?
Warriors, where they at?
6. They're gonna climb.
The Warriors are going to climb.
Warriors are gonna climb.
They might climb us like 1. It's a little too late.
This
How far are they out of the next spot?
2 games out.
They're going to get there. Who is it?
Lakers.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, Luka and Braun are out.
See, the key is Luka. Obviously, if Luka is playing,
I'm pretty sure the Warriors only lost 1 or 2 games
Oh,
since the Jimmy Butler trade.
They better.
They're gonna
They
climb.
can't mess up because Wolves are on 7 game right now.
what
What?
place is the
Yeah.
Wolves?
They're right
4.
behind the Warriors. 1 game.
Oh, the Wolves. Oh,
And what number is that?
7.
So, yeah. But they're on a 7 game win streak right now.
Are they really?
Hey, about time.
Something like- yeah,
That's
yeah.
why-
Oh,
that's why
they're
West Coast
8 and
team-
2 in their last
I
10.
love me some Anthony Edwards. I like that team. I think they won last night.
Who'd they play?
I don't know. I saw them playing last night. You know what? It's a little frustrating with those guys because I think they definitely should be better than what we've seen. But maybe now is the time. That's why I said I love this time of the year. Maybe it's the time that, Anthony Edwards is going to get it in gear and make sure that he carries that team. But dangerous team going down the stretch. They had great playoff success last year. Very dangerous team. I just think that, well, let's put it this way. Everybody's healthy. On the Lakers,
Mm-hmm.
on the Golden State Warriors,
Mhm.
how do you guys see the West panning out? Because my concern, I love SGA. I'd like to see the kid win the MVP, but Aaron is really fighting against him, and he's making legitimate points. So I can go with that. If Jokic wins it, I will not be upset. I understand. I'm a little concerned with them because again, I just feel like Do you guys believe that the OKC can come out of the West? Everybody's healthy. All teams healthy.
I think they can. I mean, I said it last week. I think all teams run through OKC if they want to get through. I think it's inevitably going to be OKC versus Denver in the conference finals.
Do you?
I think so. The only other team that I realistically could see getting there, if healthy, is the Lakers.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Denver, I don't know. They like to
Yes.
bomb some games,
Yes.
man.
Yeah, but
The
said-
other day they bombed the game.
Yeah, I
I
agree
forget who
with
they
that.
lost to, and they were not supposed to lose that game.
I agree. Denver sometimes
Everybody played?
I have no idea, but it doesn't matter because I know the team wasn't that good. Like, if they were missing Jamal Murray or one player, they shouldn't have
I
lost.
totally agree. Denver since last year to me, like they lost the freaking.
they lost to Minnesota.
Oh, see, that's
But
and
but,
even last year in the
my thing is
playoffs.
they're the 7th seed though.
Yeah,
They shouldn't be. They should that like even if they're on what they were on like probably like a 6-5 game at the time.
Win streak?
Yeah,
Denver?
Minnesota. No, Minnesota.
Oh.
They still shouldn't be losing. That's still not a game to lose.
Denver's.
I totally agree. I
Denver's-
think that Denver and what is it, the second seed?
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't be losing those games. But I don't know, man. Interesting that you would say it's we got OKC and who?
Denver.
I don't know.
See,
Denver just beat.
I think that, and maybe I'm being nostalgic, but I just think that the Lakers and Golden State's going to be a problem.
I'm not saying
Go
they're gonna be a
healthy.
problem. I have
Go-
the most faith in Golden State. I think it's gonna be make or break for Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler this season if Jimmy's gonna get his first ring and if Steph's gonna get another ring before he
I'll
retires.
tell you,
Do you
Jonathan Kuminga better come back and he better
He's
play.
back. He's back.
Yeah, he better play.
Jonathan Kuminga, the kid we talked about maybe last week or a
He
couple
better
weeks
play
ago.
like before he left.
He
Otherwise,
came
I don't
back.
think they're gonna win.
He-
You realistically think that, let's break it down. can the Golden State Warriors win the NBA championship this year?
I think if you sleep on them, they'll kill you.
I don't know.
Because the Warriors got heavy hitters. So Steph Curry has been averaging over 30 points since the Jimmy Butler trade, and in that they've been like 12-1. That's
12
ridiculous. Oh, they're 9-1 in their last 10
Something
games.
like that.
Jimmy Butler, everybody knows playoff Jimmy is a thing. And, I mean, Jimmy Butler played really well their last game. And Jonathan Kuminga, like Aaron said, is a phenomenal player. I think he had 19 points in his game back. Power forward.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I mean, if you sleep on them, I tell you, they will kill you from
will
outside.
kill you.
I mean, Steph Curry, Buddy Hield, and Jimmy Butler.
Mhm.
I mean, those are just some
And
shooters.
he didn't even
I mean,
mention Jonathan Kuminga, bro.
I mean, they'll really kill you outside. Like, they'll start piling on the threes, and that's when the league could get bad.
Interesting to see how they can match up against. I haven't seen them. I guess you're watching more than me, but I'm curious. How do they match up against OKC?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know
That's why I say all teams.
Because no
might be
offense, but you know
OKC.
Curry can't guard Shea.
He cannot.
Curry
guard
can't
Shea.
guard Shea.
Curry
But they're
cannot
gonna
guard
have to
Shea.
maybe switch off and cross match that because Shea would dominate. But it's not like anybody can stop Curry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Curry would give him the same right,
He'd
right
give him the
back.
same thing.
Piling on
Oh,
points,
Yeah,
but
so
I'm
they'll
saying-
cancel each other out.
But I'm saying if you don't get a guy to guard Shea,
He's gonna go
he
off.
might give you 70.
yeah,
Honestly.
he can go off. So and the Lakers. Does anybody think that the Lakers have a legit again? Everybody healthy. Do you guys think
Absolutely.
the Lakers have a shot to win the championship?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. Luka Doncic. Are you
I think
kidding me?
they're
Luka
contenders.
Doncic is fresh off of finals. His confidence has to be
Yeah, and he's
definitely
hungry.
not low.
He's
It's
hungry
definitely
this
not
season
low.
for sure.
Yes.
Luka
Just-
Doncic, and then you have LeBron James averaging 30 points, 40 years old.
That's ridiculous.
He's averaging 30.
They got-
Lakers
see who
versus
else
Golden
now.
State.
I'll take Golden State in 6.
That's definitely going to 7. I don't know about 6.
Let's go on 7.
That's
I'm
going to
taking
7.
Golden State. Just only because I feel like Golden State has more pieces than the Lakers will at the end of the
I
day.
don't know, man. And this is kind of just like it's the same situation Luka had in Dallas, but Dallas had a bit more put together team, a little bit. Like
After-
Luka has LeBron, like he had Kyrie,
So
but I think after that, I don't know. I don't think so.
I agree. The only thing I would disagree with, and I love Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is an unbelievable basketball player, but he ain't LeBron. So that's the last piece to say like a Kyrie. I mean LeBron James with Luka, LeBron James with anybody. I mean LeBron James is almost. I mean he plays well throughout the whole season, but LeBron also is a very difficult out in the playoffs. It's tough to get LeBron James out of there in the playoffs. So, oh my God. But you know what? Those teams can actually go down easy. You never know. This is going to be very interesting because it wouldn't shock me either if those teams folded.
What, Lakers and Warriors?
Yes.
They're not gonna
It wouldn't shock me if they folded early. You know, if somebody jumps on them early and beats them. Who's got the 8th spot?
No.
8? Clippers.
Where's the Kings?
Clippers ain't beat.
9. Then they're out by like 4 or 5
Seven.
games.
Shame.
Timberwolves.
The Kings.
Timberwolves are dangerous. Timberwolves are dangerous.
How much are the Kings out by? 9 is playing.
It's 7 through 10.
But 9 is going to be the play-in. So they could get in.
Who
So
would
it's-
the Kings play?
I really don't
I
know
think
how
it
the
goes
play-in
9 I
works.
think it goes 9-7.
So then they play the Timberwolves. They're getting
Timberwolves
bounced.
are in the playoffs.
I don't know.
Timberwolves in the playoffs, and the Timberwolves will be dangerous in the playoffs.
I think the
Timberwolves-
Kings will make the playoffs.
The Timberwolves can?
Kings.
Oh, Kings.
Sacramento Kings. They have a sneaky good.
Well, they have a
lineup.
good chance.
They have a sneaky good line.
Because if Timberwolves win, I don't understand how it works. But if the Timberwolves win, I think the Kings play again,
Yes.
and they
I
would
think
play
so.
8 seed,
Yeah, I think so.
and they'd either play. No, they'd end up playing the Mavericks, and they're not gonna lose to the Mavericks.
Yeah.
The Mavericks
well,
may not keep maintaining.
Mavericks
the spot.
probably won't contain their spot, and if they don't, then the Kings got to get through Phoenix, and that's gonna be a problem.
Phoenix
No,
has
no,
a chance
no.
to get into the playoffs.
Phoenix is out of the play-in by 2 games. Mavericks got them. Mavericks
Does
lost.
anybody think Phoenix is going to make the play-in?
Yeah,
I think they'll make the play.
they
They're
make
not
the
making the
play-in.
playoffs.
Mavericks are not keeping their spot.
I don't wanna say that, bro.
No.
I don't want
They,
to say
no,
that.
no, no.
If they
no,
get
no,
a
no.
shot,
If they are 2 games out of the play-in,
They're
the
making
whole entire season, there's no way that they make the playoffs. Absolutely not. Someone
think-
over there needs to be traded or fired.
Well, if they make the play and they play Clippers first.
Yeah, they're not beating the Clippers.
How can you say that though? How can you say that with certainty? And you guys are big on Booker, and I'm not that big on him. And
How can you
That's
not?
Aaron's guy.
you got
The-
KD,
Wow.
Kevin
English.
Durant, Booker, and who's their third?
Bradley Beal.
No,
How can you just say for sure?
Who's their third guy then?
I know. I'm saying Bradley Beal.
Oh.
So he's okay. I mean, you got James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Kawhi, is he still playing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
Okay.
monster.
Yeah. Kawhi
Oh.
Leonard. And I know you don't know about him. I know you don't know about him, but Norman
Zubac.
Powell.
Oh,
Norman Powell. He been hooping.
No. You said
Zubac is another one.
If Kawhi Leonard, again, we talking all healthy. If Kawhi Leonard is healthy,
No way.
We've been
discussion.
talking
No
about
way.
Kawhi
we
retiring.
can stop talking about that
When he
right now.
No way.
plays,
Yeah, if Kawhi Leonard is playing, this guy
That's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem. It's a problem. And frankly,
I don't know why I'm
that's a
forgetting about
problem
James
for-
Harden.
You said James Harden.
Yeah, no, but this guy, come on.
James
Are you
Harden
kidding
had
me?
like 50
You
a
know,
week ago
I'm
or a
not
couple weeks
knocking
ago.
Bad mouthing, but you know how I feel about James Harden. But to that point, to speak to your point, if Kawhi Leonard is healthy, that's a problem for everybody.
Yeah, it's
That
a
would
huge problem.
put the Clippers in contention. That's not a check them off. They can compete with just about anybody. Kawhi Leonard and James Harden, they can compete with anybody. So the West is going to be very, very, very interesting. I'm really excited to see that. I actually like the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think that they can make some noise if they're playing well. I love Anthony Edwards in terms of him being a playoff type of guy. He stepped it up. He was a problem last year. They went all the way to the conference finals, and they got a shot as well. I think so. Very exciting. Western Conference is lining up. Let's got a few minutes left. Let's talk a little bit about boxing. Not a whole lot going on in terms of the active fights, but the behind the scenes stuff have to be discussed. The biggest thing we had in the ring was Keith Thurman.
Let's come back. How long has he been out the ring for since
It
then?
was 5
5
3
years?
or 5 years, something like that.
Right.
And that card, I
a
mean,
disgrace.
whoever was in charge of that card,
The Keith Thurman card.
that made no sense to me. Where were they?
So again, this is what I argue about. In boxing, it's killing boxing. This fight was on a Wednesday,
Oh, Wednesday.
and the fight was shown here in the United States anyway at 6 a.m. in the morning on a Wednesday. I don't know what person watched that fight live.
I don't think we could. Because everything I saw about watching was
Big
like,
thing.
oh yeah, catch it on YouTube replays at 9 o'clock. I'm like, what?
So, I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Again, it's disrespectful to Keith Thurman. That he
Who's a
would be-
phenomenal boxer.
Is a phenomenal boxer. We don't know what he have left. We just saw the highlights. I didn't get a chance. I'm sure I can probably catch the fight, the whole thing on YouTube and see what happened. I think he only went like 4 rounds and he put the guy away. I'm not sure what to say about it. Obviously it's a good fight for Keith Thurman. Coming back, he deserved. He fought a complete bum. I would have been totally fine with that. I'm not sure if the guy was a bum or not, but he's been out of the ring for what he's saying 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, some
at
3
this
to 5
point.
years.
So
something like that.
he's been out of the ring for quite some time. So him fighting against anybody was fine with me. I just don't like the way that it went down. How do you expect to build these guys back up? No one saw that fight. So that to me was an issue. Anybody got anything on the Keith Thurman fight itself?
Yeah, I was looking at the comments. Yeah, some of these guys are wild now.
Facts.
They would talk about how this guy can knock out Devin Haney.
That's too much.
No, I'm serious.
he's
I'm
being
dead
serious. He's so
I was on
serious.
Instagram. I was scrolling through the comments. I was like, I
Keith Thurman?
wonder what people have to
Oh,
say
he
about
was
this.
so serious.
I see mad comments talking about, this guy's beating. This guy is packing up Devin Haney. This guy could be like, I'm like,
Oh, I
yeah,
swear.
what are you talking about?
Listen,
Anybody
This guy,
wins one
how
fight.
old is Keith Thurman?
he's up there.
He's up there.
He's late
he hasn't
30s?
he hasn't
No,
fought in
Early
3 to
30s?
5 years.
Oh, early 30s.
And let me say something that you just said. And he was one of my favorite, and I still like him. I don't like what's going on with Devin Haney and the disrespect of Devin Haney. And I really hope that he can really put anger on his game and make an example.
What you mean, people disrespecting
Yes,
Haney? Oh,
yes,
oh,
he's
oh.
getting disrespected a lot.
Listen, Ryan
I
Garcia
mean-
fought a good fight, and Ryan's not a bum. Ryan can fight.
Oh, for sure.
And so to lose to Ryan, is not
Crazy.
Yeah, it's not crazy. You know what I mean? I was disappointed in the way Dev fought. I would love to have seen him fight better. But it is what it is. And for the people to be pissing on the guy like they're doing, I think Devin got to take this personal, and he needs to go out there and he needs to really make an example of a few people. I mean, to sit there and say, and I don't want to be no disrespect to Keith Thurman, I got a lot of respect for him too, but like you just said, for somebody to say that, come on, Keith Thurman is going to whip Devin Haney, get out of here. What's going on?
I think we're forgetting that Devin Haney is a world class.
He's a tremendous
This
fighter.
guy's
He's
a
a good
world-class
fighter.
champion.
Let's take it easy. That's the thing. Sometimes these people, they go crazy just because the guy loses. He's not a bum. Devin Haney is top 15, 20 in the world out of all the fighters, if not high. I'm really saying, he's a top 20 guy in the world. What are we doing? There's no one out there right now that I can clearly say. I mean, if you ask me, specific fights, I'm not saying there's no one that I would definitely say for sure he's beating Devin Haney.
No, I think every fight would be a toss-up.
Every fight's pretty much a toss. I mean, I'll give the edge. Tank Devin. I'll give the edge to Tank.
Yeah, not after his last performance. I'll tell you that.
No.
I'm not gonna give him the edge on that.
We're doing that next week.
Not after.
That would be a
Not after
whole.
Lamar.
I'll sit here for a whole hour.
We got to get to that one because that was out of pocket.
I'll sit here for an hour.
I'm just saying.
We'll get to that. I'm gonna write that down on my notes right now.
I'm just saying.
I'm
I'm not disrespecting the guy.
Oh,
I'm just saying after his last performance, I don't know if I'm giving the edge over
we just
Devin.
talked
I mean, I
about
know
not
Devin
basing
ain't got a
people off
chin,
their
but
last
I
fights.
mean,
Devin seems to have difficulties with the chin. I agree with that. But
Devin's got to keep his defense up. I mean, Ryan, you say it all the time. Ryan said it too. PEDs are not. You got hit with mad left hooks, dog.
Right, it had nothing to do with PEDs. I know they keep saying that, but that I'm not gonna lie, it had nothing to do with PEDs. And that's an improvement that Devin Haney can make. But again, all of these guys, whether it's Teofimo, who's been doing a lot of talking, I don't know what his problem is. Somebody needs to make an example out of this guy.
Nah, you saw that. You saw that one clip of Tio.
Yeah, he starts talking too much, man. You know
What
what I mean?
happened?
I don't know.
Tio was. I think Tio was talking smack, and somebody was like checking him, and he called him. He's like, "You." Tio was like, "Yeah, I'm a bitch."
Yeah,
He's like, "Do something." He's like, "Nah."
Teofimo talks a little too much, and I think Aaron's a Teofimo fan.
what? No, stop it.
What
Stop
about
it.
you?
Don't ever.
I like Tio. Don't get me wrong.
Don't
but-
ever put that accusation
sorry.
on me again.
No, because I'm always like, I'm not impressed with Teofimo at all, personally. Again, no disrespect, he is a world-class fighter, he's a champion. But out of those, I mean, he just never was a guy that really impresses me. But there's work to be done. That's why it's so disappointing that these guys are not fighting, because we don't know. They're not fighting each other, so we don't know, like, which one of y'all is the truth and which one of y'all is a pretender.
That's
He
what the
beat-
new
he
league's
beat Loma,
supposed to
right?
be for.
Huh?
He beat Loma, right?
Who beat Loma? I think Haney beat Loma.
No, Teofimo. He did.
Oh, Teofimo?
He did beat him. I thought that was no excuse.
I gotta
thought
watch
that
that
was a
fight.
Yeah, they need to run it back though.
Yeah, I need to watch that fight.
Well, Lomo can run it back all his losses, to tell you the truth, and he can probably.
Whoop him
Haney
all.
beat Loma too, right? That was a controversial
Close
fight.
fight.
I thought Loma
Close
won that
fight.
fight.
Loma and Haney fought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I thought Loma won
why?
that fight, but they gave the decision to Haney.
Oh yeah, you're right. I remember.
Yeah,
that.
I thought
It
Loma.
was a close fight.
It was a close fight. Don't get me wrong, but I thought Loma did enough to take it.
Very close fight. But look, that you just brought that up. The handing of the reins to Dana White from the Sheik. Let's close on that note. I think that it's not going well. I mean, a lot of the guys are expressing their concern from the boxers up to the promoters. I know Oscar De La Hoya got really, really pissed off. That they were saying, we're passing the reins. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what's going on? Again, do we think, I think we touched on this last week, but just to close it out, do we think that, the UFC format, I mean, this is the UFC professional on the show, do you think that the UFC format can be translated into boxing?
Like you said, I mean, I think it could, but they can't get any big stars today.
Mm-mm.
I feel like if they get in with the young guys and just keep progressing over time, it could work, and like in hopes of the sport really changing and the fact that they're not just fighting for the money, But
Wait, So I want to get this right because I want to be clear on what you're saying. You're saying that boxing can go a route to where it's like, okay, the younger guys, we have them under this, we're going to call it the Dana White boxing format. But then the major players are not in that league.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
that's what's
Yeah,
going to
I know.
have to be.
Because
I
you
mean,
brought up
That's not going to work.
No,
yes, it will.
I see, but I'm saying over time, it might like
It's an
it
investment.
might take like 30+ years to work.
Well, how do you but how do you use the problem is why would these young fighters continue to box, and we're getting 100,000, and then Tio and them is getting 5 million.
They're not gonna get no 100,000.
How much money do you think they're gonna get?
I mean,
How much money does the average UFC boxer make per fight?
They top out. I think the top out
Like
is the best
20.
question.
No, like I want to say 20.
20
20
what?
mil?
No, not 20. But they make something. They make a little.
I think
Look it up.
UFC guys, a top UFC fight,
How much
They're
John
not
Jones
big.
got paid for his last fight?
I don't know. I don't know their salaries.
they're not making. A top boxer is getting
No, they.
10, upwards of $10 million today.
Who's getting $10 million today?
Canelo's getting $10 million.
Who else?
Canelo's getting that.
Who else?
Well, that's generally how boxing is. But what happens is that who he's fighting, they're gonna get 7, 8. If you're decent, Canelo gets in the ring with Bivol. How much you think Bivol getting?
Well, how much did he get? They already fought.
Gotta be $7, $8 million. If they fight now, he's gonna get 10.
Before
Yes.
you gonna have to talk about Better Beef first.
Well, Brother Beef said he's saying he don't want it. He don't want it. They talking
Alright.
about going in a different direction.
So these low tier guys, seems like they get paid between 10 to 30,000. Medium tier gets paid between 80 to 250,000. Top guys get paid anywhere from 500,000 to 5 million.
Sounds way
That's
off.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, but-
it's about $2 million for UFC guys. $2
Okay,
million.
but what do you care more about, your career or the money?
That's guaranteed. And fight of the night bonuses,
If I don't, yeah, that's true.
they get.
Okay, that's cool.
Some of them like they don't want to be bugging on some of them. I think sometimes you get like 520, something like that.
Listen,
But I mean, the thing is, these young guys don't only make like $10,000 anyway.
in
So
boxing,
yeah.
No.
So
they
what
do.
does it
it's
matter
a
if
little
you
bit
go
more.
over?
I think it's more. I think it's more in boxing because you know why? Because again, and I think this is why the Sheik gave it to Dana White because this is my theory. The Sheik has been subsidizing, but in other words, those cars are coming up short, and the Sheik is just giving these guys, yo, I told you were supposed to get $6 million, and then he only can afford to pay him 1. The Sheik is giving these guys the 6 that he was promised, but I think. Even though contrary to probably paying, oh, she got mad money. I'm not saying he don't. But at some point, trust me, the Sheik's mother is probably like, what are you doing? You're losing $6 million every time you do these fights. And so I think in his mind, he's like, you know what? I'm going to throw Dana White underneath the bus. So he called Dana White like, listen, man, look, I need you to take over.
No.
So you're going to be the guy that's going to go in and tell Devin, like, Dev, I know we told you 6, but we only got.
I mean,
I don't think that's
when they asked Ryan Garcia about it, Ryan Garcia, the first thing he brought up was money.
Meaning,
Meaning, oh, we're not gonna, because they know they're gonna get a pay cut
we're under Dana.
under Dana, right? So
Yeah,
they
that's
asking
what
him
I'm
about it,
saying.
and Ryan Garcia's like, yeah, nah, some of these guys are not gonna like, the money. I'm like, what do you care more about, the money or your career?
Yeah, but see, but I very strongly disagree with you.
Okay.
And I say that he gave it to Dana White because Dana White, he's really good at this. He even has his own show. He brings on like maybe 30 fighters, at least like whoever performs the best, they get a contract with the UFC.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's really good at recruiting these fighters and promoting things. I'm telling you,
So
I have very strong faith that Dana White can promote this to where it'll be
So-
successful.
I love it. I love Aaron's, knowledge and his vigor in defending, the UFC format. And I'm not going to sit here and put down the UFC format. It's a good format. And Dana White, he built that format and he built those fighters' mindset to stay within that pay scale. But boxers are in a different mindset in terms of their pay scale and the way that the business works. And I'm just telling you, Dana's going to have a problem getting the boxers and the promoters, because contrary to popular opinion, even though the Sheik was working with these people, these guys are still signed to Oscar. These guys are still signed to
Money Productions.
what's the
Whatever.
well yeah Floyd's company. All them boys out there in, I can't think of the names right now. All them boys over in the British promoters. There's two major players out there. Those guys still got their stable of fighters, but they were playing nice with the Sheik. Like, all right, yo, he's giving money, but that's still my fighter. Anthony Joshua, he got a promoter over there. I can't think of this guy's name. Forgive me. Anthony Joshua's he's still under those people. The Sheik gets involved with that stuff, but they all have to play nicely here, and it's not gonna work. UFC guys, all of those guys are straight working with Dana. There's other middlemen there they're not gonna allow this to go down. It's going to be a very difficult challenge, and that's not a knock on Dana White. I think that Dana White done a great job of building that foundation for the UFC. But boxing is a total different animal. Like Ryan Garcia said, believe me, these guys are not gonna be trying to hear the pay scale that they're talking about for UFC. Why do you think Conor McGregor keeps wanting to mess with boxing?
Because he's a crazy dude.
No, stop
because
it.
he
Stop
knows
it.
because
Stop.
he knows. You think Conor McGregor make the same amount of money? Look at him.
Are you kidding me?
Conor
Let me explain something to you. Conor McGregor.
How much money he make before Floyd?
Conor McGregor is the most popular UFC fighter to touch the planet.
Yes.
He practically built this sport up himself.
Yes.
You think he's not getting paid?
I didn't say that.
You think he's not? I'm not talking about Floyd. Obviously, you fight Floyd, you're gonna make mad money.
Case closed.
But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about him being an active fighter. He doesn't want to fight no more.
No. My point is, when we're talking about the allure of money, let's face it, there's no way around to say like money is a big part of it. So for UFC and then boxers, if I'm a UFC guy, the fact of the matter is, all right, can I convert over? Conor McGregor put the UFC on the map, and I'm sure his purses were pretty good, but he was doubling it. He doubled it when he fought Floyd.
Okay, what's your point?
My point is the boxing money is different from UFC money.
I think.
Yeah, but go ahead.
I think the hardest thing for them is gonna be the promoters. That's all it's gonna be. There's gonna be the promoters, because who's gonna want to promote this startup brand unless somebody got real faith in them? The boxers, that's gonna be, I won't say easy, but they're gonna get the boxers. You just gotta know where to look. You can't call up Devin Haney's phone saying, "Yo, I want you to come fight for me."
You can't do
Next
that.
fight, like 50,000. No. You're not gonna do that. You gotta call up these young guys. You gotta call up a Tiger. You gotta call up Abdullah Mason. You gotta call Dynamite Lopez. You gotta call these guys, because these guys, I don't even know. Dynamite's fighting for like some like OTX thing right now. I don't even know what he's fighting under.
I think Dynamite, they're under promotions.
You can get him out.
How?
You can get him out.
It doesn't work that easy. It doesn't work that easy. Believe me when I tell you, it doesn't work that easy. Listen, this can go on and on and on, but we got a few things to come back to on, this Devin Tank thing is huge.
I might want to write down.
I know Aaron loves, the UFC format. I would love to see it work. We do need, a format that's going to work for boxing. I just think it's going to be hard. I just think that, the format of way boxing has been in existence for over 100 years. To be able to change that overnight, it's just going to be very difficult. I mean, you did say 30 years, but time will tell. And I think we're going to be able to tell very, very quickly. And I'll say this last note. I guess for me, too, I've seen this happen before. It's not the first time that somebody's come into this game, with a lot of money and thinking that they can just come in there and fix it. It's going to be hard. But you never know. Maybe Aaron will prove to be right. I mean, as a boxing fan, I hope that he is right, because we'll get some, fights to be made and everybody's going to get paid. So with that, anybody got anything else pressing on the table that we have to address today?
I don't think so.
And so, we got a few things already written down for next week format. But in the meantime, on Second Thought
Yeah, you wait.
show.
I'm gonna kill both of y'all next week.
Promise.
Well, I'm on your
That's what I
side.
want to do. That's what I want to be ready. So that'll definitely be on Second Thought show next week. So definitely tune in. What were we supposed to say for the channel?
On second thought, under mental conditioning sport.
So if you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, tune in for the next one.
Right, the guys handle that. That's not no good. Everybody, see you again right here again next week on Second Thought show on the Mental Conditioning Gym podcast.